Uh, Konbanwa minasan, watashi wa Vijaya desu. And the theme of my presentation is education in the time of pandemic and making education inclusive to all through e-learning. Nelson Mandela has rightly said that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And this is the purpose of international cooperation, that education should be made accessible to everyone. International cooperation is also important to achieve quality education for all, especially in rural areas. In India, there are rural areas where people or children do not get education. It is inaccessible for them and it's too expensive for them. So we need to come together. The entire world, the entire countries all around the world need to come. Education is also crucial for future of children. So this is the reason why we need quality education in our education systems in our countries. And why is it important? It is important because it will help them make better person, better people. And education is an ongoing process. According to me, education has no end. It has no limit. You go on learning till you die. So my theme for today is education the time of pandemic. Now, COVID-19 has brought our lives to a standstill with schools shut down across the world, and millions of children have had to adapt to new types of learning. And as a result, education has changed dramatically with a distinct rise of e-learning. And we find this e-learning gradually taking a step into the future by making us adopt to this new mode of e-learning. The goal of e-learning is to provide for sustainable education. We need global cooperation so that education may be made accessible to every student so that they do not miss out on their studies, their education, or sit back or waste a year practically and lag behind in their studies. So we need global cooperation to make education sustainable and accessible through e-learning media, especially India, Africa, where education is not easily accessible for poor people, poor children. So mutual cooperation among countries towards education is the key to provide a better world for the future generations. And so I would like to ask the panelists if they have any questions for me. And I have also put forward certain questions which we need to think upon.
The presenter. So whoever who want to answer or discuss on this topic, please raise your hand. And there are 3 questions. Okay, so a student from Australia is raising hand. Hi, お願いします。
Hello. I would just like to ask you, こんにちは。about online learning and how it will impact education and a bit of the challenges. I went through some of my university education doing online learning, and to be honest, I struggled a lot. I am the type of person who learns things better by touching them with my hands and being very physical and making things to help me understand things better. So I think in terms of challenges of online learning, there are quite a few people like me who do struggle to keep focus in front of a computer, or who just can't learn through a screen. They need human contact to be able to learn. So in my opinion, I think that would be one of the challenges that people may face while doing online learning.
Yes. You're not alone. This experience is shared by students all across the globe, and yes, it is quite challenging to study online, sitting almost 9 hours or 8 hours in front of a laptop or in front of your desktop, and continuing to focus and pay attention. It requires a lot of attention and a lot of effort. But since we are not given any other alternative, I think this is the only alternative right now that I think is going to persist, and I think it's going to continue post pandemic as well. And right now there are a lot of online ed tech technologies that have come up, and they are making education quite easy for everyone all across the world. So I hope countries will invest more on edtech technologies in making education simple and innovative and attractive for all the students.
That's a very good point. Thank you.
Right. Any other questions?
Any other question from Japanese student? Anything? Or do you have any questions? Maeda-san, okay.
Hi, thank you for your presentation. And I would like to ask you about one question about advantage of online education. So do you have any ideas, or what do you think about the advantage of online learning?
Yes, okay. So while we were in school, so teachers had adopted blended learning. Now, blended learning is where you don't always make student read textbooks. You use technologies such as media in order in history classes, teachers would show us videos and help us to that would help us to catch attention and focus more and make it more attractive, so that it would not be monotonous in a way. So I feel there is an advantage in e-learning, where you can gather more information and learn more than textbook. You don't solely depend on your textbook, you also gain more information through movies, videos, and documentaries, for example. So you have an advantage there.
Yeah, I also think about some advantage of online learning. So thank you for your ideas.
Thank you. Arigato. Thank you. Arigato. Arigato.
Okay, so next